All right, so first off, the Interaction Design Foundation is a great resource to learn UI and UX design. They teach prototyping to be the fourth stage of the design process, design thinking process. First, you have the empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. We're going to talk about prototyping. So, throughout the entire journey, we are essentially learning more and more about the user. So that means that you're going to go back and forth throughout the entire design thinking process, back from defining the problem to get into that solution. You have to ideate those ideas, prototype the ideas, and test it. Um, so the fourth stage is prototyping. Us as designers, we create lo-fi and hi-fi prototypes to test and redefine the design ideas. I noticed that IDF did not mention in this article about mid level fidelity prototypes. So you have low, mid, and high essentially in the real world. We use the lo-fi for our sketches. I can give my sketches and my wireframes. Those are pretty much the lo-fi to Eric. I can give them to Erica so that she is on the same page as me with my design ideas, and we can jump in and get started. But with mid-level fidelity prototypes, that's essentially what I would use that for. Is if the client didn't give me all their assets, but I know that I have a home for like a graphic here or a video here or a button here or a content block here. Mid fidelity is less polished. It is less polished than the high pixel perfect level fidelity prototypes, but essentially it's more of where the layout is more polished than the lo-fi, and that's where the basic color palette it starts to come into play. So you have low fidelity with your sketches, mid fidelity with your less polished um, prototypes, and then you have your pixel perfect high fidelity prototypes that are ready to go and launch or launch to test. So back to the program. Sorry. So the article explains that the purpose of the prototyping is to quickly test and iterate the design ideas before investing a significant amount of time and resources into building that pixel perfect final product. So by creating these prototypes, us as designers, we get the feedback from the users. We're able to identify those flaws in our designs and make those improvements quickly. Um, and the article also explains different types of prototypes that we also can create: the paper prototypes, the digital wireframes, the functional prototypes, which is you'll jump into Figma or Sketch, whichever design system that you use to create those interactions. It also emphasizes the types of prototypes that designers choose is essentially for specific needs of the project in different stages of the design process. What that means is if Erica is on project A and I'm on project B, and she needs me to jump on project A so that we can go ahead and ship this off to the client. What that means is you're not going to be on every project from start to finish. You may get called from one project to get on another project to everybody jumps on that project to go ahead and wrap it up quickly. In the real world, we have deadlines, so we have to always move along these projects. So the article does explain that there's different stages for different projects. Um, so overall, the this IDF article provides an overview of the prototyping stage and the different design thinking process, and does a great job at explaining why it's a critical step in creating an effective and user centric design.